apologize for my appearance. I literally just flew here from the United States this morning and lost track of time. So here I am. Saigon Toastmasters has a special place in my heart. Right? Just getting here on the first day back has been an adventure. Right? But it's an adventure that I cherish. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, welcome guests. The adventure of Saigon Toastmasters has been 5 years of torture. No, I haven't even been a Toastmaster for that long. But I have learned a lot. And like any adventure that you take, you're going to meet people, mentors, that will teach you lessons and help you get to your goals. My true mentor for Toastmasters has been the spirit of Saigon Toastmasters. Now, in order to understand the spirit of Saigon Toastmasters, we must first take a deep breath. You didn't even have to ask, that was awesome. And who says I can't manipulate your mind? My first mentor taught me the power of breath. It's essential for our lives, but do you understand the true power of breathing? My first mentor he teaches yoga. He teaches life balance. And he probably went to 88 Nguyen-Mentor because the Facebook page hasn't updated. But what he allowed me to do was keep focus, control my speeches, and not forget the message that I wanted to get across in the first place. He also kept control of my thoughts and allowed me to carry on. And as I carried on, I learned many lessons during my time with Toastmasters. The next lesson I learned was from STMC President Harris Doe, who apparently is deceased because he's not here. But what I learned from him, if you've met him, he has the most charming smile you've ever seen on a guy. Right? Really charming. But his voice is also very inspiring. And what I learned from him is your voice adds to your speeches. You gotta understand your voice. And I learned what my voice was by watching him speak. He was the first speaker that I've ever seen, and he's one of the reasons I joined Toastmasters in the first place. And after I learned what my voice was, I learned how to design speeches that were both creative and imaginative. And I learned that lesson from none other than Hibble himself. He's very creative and imaginative in his speeches. He's very charismatic and also very devilish. His speeches make you wonder, is he really telling the truth? Does he really hate holidays? But he's so charismatic that you want to believe it. He makes you believe it. He's probably the mastermind behind the whole operation. But these speaking skills are great. But what if you're too scared to even start? What if you're too scared to take the first step to deliver a speech? Whenever I get worried about starting something, I always think about Alex Nguyen. You see, the nice thing about Saigon Toastmasters is they have your YouTube clips, or your clips on YouTube. And while I was looking at some of the clips, I heard a speech from a Singaporean Toastmaster who pretty much outlined why we have Toastmasters today in Saigon. Basically, Alex is the great initiator. She called Singapore to get this started. And when the Toastmaster didn't pick up, she called again. And after a couple of days of still getting no reply, she called again. She took initiative to make sure that this would get started. So, whenever you're worried about just getting started, think of Alex. And remember, you got to just do it. Now, just starting is one thing, right? But how do you continue on the journey and not quit after 5 years? It takes dedication, and I learned that from Area Governor Hailin. I don't know anyone who puts more time and effort into Toastmasters. And obviously he was a club mentor, president, and he's an area governor now. So as I moved back to the States, the first thing I thought to do when I moved back was to find a Toastmasters club, because I didn't want to stop my journey. He's mentored some of my speeches, and I've learned from him in his leadership role as well. And the last mentor that I have, probably the greatest lesson that I've ever learned, I learned from Hot Cool Milk's president, Lan. The first time I met her, she always seemed worried, stressed about something. I wasn't even sure what was going on, but she was always nervous. But on the rare occasion, you see her just relax and enjoy the moment. And when she does that, she glows, like she literally glows. And you can't help but feel attracted to her. Not like that though, because I'm a husband and a father. And I can say the same thing about Hiple and Harris all day. But when you enjoy the moment, when you actually relish the time that you have right now, you can do anything. You're not worried about what happened yesterday. You're not worried about how well you will do your speech. You're just enjoying your moment. So remember, the next time you come up on stage, it is your moment. Enjoy it. Lan, Hiple, Harris, Paul, Highland, they, to me, are the spirit of Saigon Toastmasters. And I have learned many lessons from them and many other Toastmasters here and in the United States with my Toastmasters there. So, the next time you want to know if this really is a superhero organization, look to the people around you and you'll know the truth, is that it is.